I'm sorry.
If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go on the Village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener. And Funk Railroad, Inside Looking Out with lyrics. Shout out to DJ Nick. Get your headphones on, Soraya, and we are about to have liftoff.
I'm sitting here lonely like a broken man. I serve my time doing the best I can. Walls and bars, they surround me, but I don't want no sympathy. No, baby, no, baby. All I need is some tender loving to keep me sane in this burning oven. And when my time is up, you'll be my reaper.
Ha! You'll be my reefer.
Wish we had some incense. Do you have any incense? Let's light it up right now. Where is it? Where is it? I'll get it.
Ice cold water running through my veins. They try and drag me back to work again. Pain and blisters on my mind and hands. I work all day making up a burlap bag. The ocean beating me, are driving me wild. I feel happy like a newborn child. Now when my time is up, you wait and see. These walls and bars won't keep that stuff from me. No, no, baby, won't keep that stuff from me. No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Where is it?
Smoke 'em if you got 'em, folks.
Stomping your feet involuntarily. Woo!
I like this one, Nick.
What?
Come on up and get down.
Ah, come on up and get down.
Just wait and see.
That drumming, man.
I really like this.
Drumming is crazy. Ta-da, ta-da.
I bet you do.
The bassist.
Wow.
Done deal, bro.
All right.
La ilaha
okay, so
illallah.
here's a couple of fun
Jeez,
facts
and
about
crows.
this band. In the summer of '69, were kicked off an American tour with Led Zeppelin for upstaging them as their opening act. Oh, they were kicked off an American tour with Led Zeppelin?
Makes sense.
Upstaging
Makes
them.
sense.
So crazy.
Hating
I
ass
thought
bitches.
I knew what I was about to read, so my mind didn't process it. Okay, and then the second fact is they sold out the 55,000 seats of the Shea Stadium faster than the Beatles. Took the Beatles 2 weeks. Took Grand Funk Railroad 3 days, and they held the record until the stadium was shut down in 2008.
Wait,
Wow.
say that again. Say that
They
again. Say that
sold
again.
out the 55,000 seats of the Shea Stadium faster than the Beatles.
Holy shit.
Took the Beatles 2 weeks. It took Grand Funk Railroad 3 days, and they held the record until the stadium was shut down in 2008.
I mean,
They're
these guys.
good. They are ridiculously talented and fun.
Well, that's the thing. Remember when we were at Foxborough? We got a lot of updates to shoot. But remember we were at Foxborough?
Yeah.
And they were playing Kiss outside, and all the old white folk was dancing. But they were like enjoying the hell out of shit, bro. It was so cool because it was like they didn't care. And it was cool because the people, you could tell like the people like outside of their little circle they were kind of like it wasn't laughing at them per se, but it was
like
they were enjoying watching
them.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And it was just, there was no self-consciousness. Everybody was just having fun.
And nobody looked very cool either.
Nobody looked cool, but nobody looked like they cared about what they looked like.
No.
They were just enjoying themselves and having a good time.
That were like right around that area, so I wanted to eat there and like watch these people.
Yeah.
And they had these like nice little fireplaces, but God had other plans for us.
Yeah.
So we landed at like a Scorpion bar or something.
Yeah, and obviously
Some crazy happenings followed, but you're gonna have to wait for the update video for that.
Yeah, I don't even are we even gonna talk about it? We probably should talk about it.
We don't have to say who. We could just
we don't yeah, that's a good point. We don't have to say who.
We could just
But
say the story.
We always
we'll blur out the person's face and the number.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But the point is, those people just had so much fun. Like it was just really, really, really cool to see that. And this band, like, it gives me that same kind of feel.
Yeah.
Like I feel like everybody's just having a good time. I'm seeing everybody dancing. Everybody's having a good time. And of course, you know, folks are, you know, if you're one of those people that ingests plants to alter your state of consciousness, then I'm certain you could relate to a lot of what was being said in this song. But it does play into a very interesting, maybe moral dilemma.
What? How so?
Just in the sense that being part of the Just Say No generation, you know, we were taught that, oh my God, this is the worst thing in the world, yada yada yada.
I legit remember being a part of a conversation where they were talking about weed in regards to seizures.
Oh,
and
wait, that it helps?
Not there was moral...
That it helps?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
That was clear. The science that we had at the time, it was clear that it helped. But the question was, should you allow that or not? Would you get that for your child or your whatever? And everybody was saying no.
Yeah.
Very clearly, definitively, hardcore against it. I thought, I couldn't even believe somebody would ask such a question. It was so outlandish to me. Of course you shouldn't put them on drugs that would end up destroying their lives. Put them on a gateway drug. What is wrong with you people? Yeah, it was...
Yeah, it's a really interesting...
But now, it's not that long before they're going to have drive-thrus.
What do you mean?
Like, now you walk into the shop and you buy your weed, they're going to have drive-thru weed shops. They probably already have them.
Yeah,
You
I'm
know what I
sure.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sure they probably. Yeah,
it's-
I'm sure they probably already have them. You're probably right.
It's becoming so normalized. Everywhere you go now, you're seeing signs.
Yeah.
I mean, at the stadium that we went to, there was that big medical sign.
Oh yeah, it
up.
was a big giant thing at Gillette Stadium with the weed thing in there. But it is a very, because a lot of the arguments that were there to justify being so against marijuana have kind of, this is your brain on drugs. Yeah, I mean, you do get short-term memory loss. I mean, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? It's just something that, it's so fascinating to me because growing up, I grew up around, drug abuse my whole life, whether it's prescription medications or illicit, so-called illicit street drugs, whatever. And I was always confused. Like, I believed in the just say no shit, hook, line, and sinker. But, like, I would watch how this person in my family was when they were on their pills, and it wasn't even close to the when I was, and growing up, I didn't do any of the smoking because we were on hypervigilant. We were in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Or we'd go clubbing, but we'd go clubbing in Harlem, and Harlem is where all the Bloods were pretty much located. And, going home, I always had to have like a completely clear mind. Mm-hmm. But all my other friends, like, they would smoke and everything. But guys were doing ecstasy over here and this over here. It wasn't just weed. It was a rave. So, but I never really, they just laughed, or they'd sleep, or you just had to keep feeding them. But there wasn't anything like really crazy. Like, nobody was doing anything crazy. As a matter of fact, it was one of the few times where I could get, Reef to shut the fuck up so that we could get home alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, he would be chill.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I was trying to figure out, like, what's happening here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because you
like,
bought into the dare.
Oh yeah, I did 100%. And I'm watching people in my family that have prescription meds that were abusing prescription meds, and that was a real. This person would be passed out on the floor. You'd have to pick them up and take them upstairs. They'd have no idea. And it was like an every night thing. They were like out of it every single night, like clockwork. They were like gone. So I was always so now, now I'm looking back and I'm like, well,
just looking to see. I might have a picture of myself when I was 12 wearing a dare shirt.
Wearing a dare shirt. Yeah, we should probably put that as a thumbnail.
Well, if it's in here, if it's not, I'll get it later.
Should have it as a thumbnail. So I do think it's extremely interesting how these chemicals interact with our chemicals and then create these conscious experiences is a massive mystery that I don't think will ever be solved from certain presuppositions. The materialist stuff. It just seems to me the more I read, the less and less and less materialism is going to be able to survive into the next century. So that being the case, I think we're on the cusp of some really important research, and I definitely, everybody knows now about DMT, right? Yeah. And obviously from a Christian worldview, it becomes really fascinating because somebody asked me yesterday what I think the forbidden fruit was, and I responded that it's probably some sort of DMT type thing that had an epigenetic effect on us. And
I disagreed with you at first, but I've actually come around to the idea.
Yeah, who knows? It's fascinating. It's very, very fascinating to really, really think through this stuff. But yeah, it's all of it is a really interesting conversation. But here I guess he's making a correlation between the girl and the weed. He's saying, I'm sitting here lonely like a broken man. I serve my time doing the best I can. Walls and bars, they surround me, but I don't want no sympathy. So he did some crime and now he's in jail. Right?
Oh, I didn't take that as literal, but yeah, you're probably...
Well, it could be. His jail is his loneliness. Who knows? No baby, no baby. All I need is some tender loving to keep me sane in this burning oven. And when my time is up, you'll be my reefer. Life gets worse on God green earth. Be my reefer. I got to keep smoking that thing. So he wants a smoker. when
Vin's about to say this is bad.
no, I'm just saying when gangsters talk about smoking somebody, it's because they
were to kill him.
They shot that nigga. They shot that, and then they smoked him.
Oh, I know. That's terrible. They shouldn't.
That's brand new. That's brand new.
That's not right.
So go ahead. So now the girl is his reefer.
I like that. I think because it depends on everybody's explanation of what weed does to them. But some people are like, it relaxes them. It gives them some new perspective because they don't feel so wound up about everything. And so she's his little chill bunny, and I like it. I think it's cute.
CB's like smoking coochie.
Oh my god.
I don't know, bro. I think he's making an analogy between her cooch and weed. I think he's saying that's like
functions the same way for him.
It functions that way for him. There's a lot of dudes that function like that. I mean, if you think that's romantic or you would like to hear that.
Who wouldn't?
That you're like reefer. First of all, why is the thing even called reefer?
I don't know.
That's I feel like it's a valid question. I don't
know. All I know is the first time I heard that, my brother said it.
Your brother said reefer?
He said reefer. He was joking. Well, I don't know, honestly. I don't know because my brother, so it was strict growing up, but my brother, he's the last kid. They were less strict with him, and he kept his friggin' mouth shut, and he wouldn't say what he was doing, when he was doing it, where he was, nothing. So, and somebody told me my brother's license plate said wrecked, and so they saw him pulled over on the side of the road, and the cops were there, so I was like, why did you get pulled over? What happened? And he was like, what are you talking about? He never admitted that he got pulled over. And the person said his license plate. So it was like, I mean, if it wasn't him, he's kind of unique looking too. It's not like he's easily confused with other people, I think.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. There's
out.
Nobody around here that looks
like him.
Yeah. No.
So, well, except for that, the Spectrum guy, I thought he looked like him. The one you were having all that conversation with.
Oh, he didn't remember. Okay.
Anyway, so he goes, I know, sorry, what you think. And I was like, what do I think? I really didn't think anything. I just want to know what was going on. He's like, you think I got pulled over for the reefer? I was like, the reefer? What are you talking about? And then...
And you legitimately did not know what he was talking about.
Yeah.
I bet he felt like a badass too for saying
and reefer. And he did that voice too. He's like, the reefer. I was like, the reefer.
So did he have to explain to you?
He never told me.
What did you guys call it? Did you obviously you couldn't call it weed?
Marijuana.
You called it marijuana?
Yeah. And I was confused because by the time that when we started at the spot where we were working with the homeless people and stuff, like I just remember there was so many names for everything and I didn't know anything about anything. So somebody said something about THC, somebody CBD, somebody said something about there was weed and then marijuana, but they were all talking about the same thing, but I thought we were talking about different. I'm like, holy shit, the city's full of drugs. I had no idea. And then I actually had M make me a list of everything. Like, this is all
Bullshit.
The things. I swear to you, she made me a list of all the things. Like, okay, this is
Melissa?
all the names that could be used
that married
for
that
weed.
the little guy.
Yeah, all the names that could be used for cocaine. Because I couldn't tell the difference between any of it. Like, and the people were like, they would tell me these stories. They'd be like, I got caught. I had an 8th on me. Or they'd say, I smoked an 8th or something. I don't even know the numbers now, what they said. But I was like, I just followed their reactions. I was like, whoa, I had no idea what that means. What does that even mean?
I mean, I wouldn't know either, to be honest with you, how much an 8th was or whatever.
I was assuming the story was supposed to be like they smoked a lot.
All I knew when I was growing up was a nickel bag and a dime bag.
Oh,
so
really?
a nickel bag you paid $5 for.
And a dime bag.
And it came in like these little baggies. And then a dime bag was $10. It was in a little bigger baggie. Now I realize it's only like 1 or 2 tokes. Like it's
what does that mean, tokes?
Just like it was just enough for one inhalation, basically.
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
$5. So they put it in a blunt and then whatever. But I mean, But see, in my hood, it's actually, I don't know, sad because guys weren't having fun when they would smoke. Like
trying to relax from all the trauma.
Yeah, there was not like, oh, we're gonna party, we're gonna dance. Like when I came up here and the white boys were partying and shit, like I'd see them smoking and shit, they'd be partying. But my guys, like, it wasn't like that. Dudes were like, I mean, we go to clubs and stuff, you get high or guys that get high or whatever, but that was in a very, very specific, but generally, like, especially like with the gangsters. The gangsters were smoking and shit. Like, there was no, like, Reese and those boys and they'd smoke and stuff. Like, it wasn't, they weren't, like, partying. They were just sitting there and, like, chilling. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was weird.
So they weren't talking a lot?
Yeah, they weren't talking. They weren't talking. They were just, like, sitting and, like, cooling and, like, trying to relax, basically. Like, especially around the block. They weren't, it wasn't like this big, hey, we got weed, hey, let's chill. It was very, like, dude was just trying to chill out. There's one guy I felt really bad for him because he wanted me to go smoke with him, and you know what I'm saying? I was like, no, I'm good. But he asked me for $5. His brother had just got locked up. His brother ended up in Rikers, and he was talking to him, and then he heard his super chat, Dustin. He heard his brother fighting with some dudes because you know how that goes over there with the phone. Like, yo, you're on the phone too long, blah blah blah. So, you know, and that was his, like, they were like literally blood brothers, and they came to our neighborhood. They were new, but because they were in our hood, like, we accepted them. They were cool. He used to call me All-Star because his brother played me one-on-one and I beat him, and he thought his brother was like he'd be like, yo, All-Star, you got some money on you, bro? I was like, what happened, man? Because I usually had like some dollars on me, whatever. And he's like, well, you know, he just talked to his brother. They jumped him on the phone, and he heard it. You know, he was really upset. And usually, anytime guys ask me for anything drug related, I'd say no. Mm-hmm. But that time, I felt so bad for him, so I went in the house, gave him $5. He came around, and he was like, yo, you want to smoke? And I was like, nah, man, I'm good. I was like, I don't smoke, bro. He's like, oh, you were so nice to me. You gave it to me. Let's smoke it together. I was like, nah, I'm good. And now I realize what was happening. He was just very lonely. He didn't have his brother with him. Smoke buddy. And he wanted a smoke buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked like he just wanted to talk. Mm-hmm. You know, but I think a lot of dudes, like, we can't really talk unless there's some sort of chemical inside of them, because, you know, it's just it's just too much to talk about. You know what I'm saying? And things were going bad for our block at that particular time. That's sad. Cheese had just got hit. Ed had got hit. And Reese was kind of like the OG of the block. And Cheese was Reese's brother. And Cheese was like on the way to, we say NBA. He was the best player I'd ever, he was ranked. He was nationally ranked. His name was Maurice. His brother's name was O'Reese. It's O'Reese and Maurice, but we used to call him Cheese. I don't know why we called him Cheese, but that whole shit got fucked up for him, man, when he got shot by those guys, the Taft dudes. And so our block was in a, dudes were getting locked up. The detectives were running around shooting at us. Like, it was bad. It was really, really bad. And my mom moved us out like a month before. But yeah, even the DTs, the detectives were shooting at us. Like, because there was some Latin King shit happening on the other side, because we had this side and then the Latin Kings were on the other side. And they drove into Plimpton Park, where the Latin Kings, that was their spot. Mm-hmm. And the detectives jumped out and went, it was insane. It was insane. It was unbelievable. So they came to our place because we had Bloods over our place. So Latin Kings came over to our place and was like, yo. And they were like, we're going to set these cops up. We're going to kill these boys, blah, 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 blah. And they needed our help, yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like sitting there like, what the fuck? I was like, I completely froze. He was talking to Reese. Mm-hmm. There's the OG on that side and OG on that side, and they're like, yeah, we gotta get these DTs. And they're like really, really talking about like shooting these cops. But these cops, they were not good people. They came over and shot at us, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but I had enough sense to know, like, you're not gonna win in a war against a cop. Giuliani was still there. Like, you're not gonna win a war against the cops, bro. But so anytime these guys would smoke, Like, it was never like in a giant party type thing on the block. The only time I saw dudes happy and relaxed is when they were like in the clubs and we were smoking. That was different. But like on the block, like, nah, dudes were not. They were not like happy and partying on the block. I didn't see that happen until I came up here.
Oh, really?
I came up here and the kids would be smoking in the woods and shit, and they'd be all
Oh,
partying
really?
and laughing and shit. Yeah, I was like, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what are you guys doing? Y'all niggas goofy, bro. But I didn't understand, like, that's how it's supposed to go. But, you know, it wasn't like that over there. You know what I'm saying? Nickel Bad, Vin, you smoking Reggie? Get on the Zaza. Nah, I mean, like I said, I wasn't really in on that shit. But that's all I knew at the time. You know what I'm saying? But I had to be on point, man. I wasn't gonna be, you know, I was scared to death 90% of the time. I was trying to do all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm listening to this song. He's talking about weed and all this shit, and like, it's this big like party type thing. I'm like, damn. I didn't grow up like that. But anyway, it's a really good song. It's a 10 for me.
Oh yeah, me too. For sure.
Yeah, we got the T-shirt. We're gonna actually put the T-shirt out there on the first what do you call it? We've got a T-shirt contest submission that we're gonna be showing you guys as the videos progress. It's a 10 for me. What do you give it?
A 10 as well.
Excelente. Having said that, dear listener, Vin out.
Oh, sorry, out.
Gone.